If the gray in my beard does not indicate to you that I am old enough to remember when He-Man was a simple children's cartoon, let me assure you, I grew up in the age of the classic He-Man, and just for fun, I want to talk about the new He-Man movie that just came out. And praise God, it is nothing like the trash that was Thor: Love and Thunder. What's up, my people? Welcome back. So very glad you're here. Today we're just gonna have some fun. Today we're just gonna have some fun because it's summer. We got a bunch of summer movies coming out. And yes, I did, with my beloved wife, went to see the new He-Man Masters of the Universe 2026. And the question is it any good or is it just woke trash? I'm gonna answer both of those questions. But before we do, like and subscribe, do all the things, push the buttons to help me grow this channel because it's free, it's easy to do, and it helps me get the word out on the stuff we are making. So, no ad read today, no advertisement, just a fun video. You know, sometimes, especially in the summertime when especially in the summertime when I have a little bit more time, I like to do fun videos like this. I love movies, man. I grew up watching movies. My dad and I watched a lot of John Wayne together when I was growing up. I love movies, and I will tell you, for the last, I don't know, 5+ years, most of the movies coming out of Hollywood have just been trash. And I mean like awful, not worth even buying the Walmart $5 bin DVD version. Just trash. That said, I did go because, man, I am a child of the 80s and I loved 80s cartoons. Man, they were so much fun. They were fun and they were enjoyable, and they helped me convince my parents to let me buy the toys. And I loved it. It was great. And so when a movie like the new Masters of the Universe comes out, of course I'm gonna go see it because, yeah, why not? And you know, I saw some of the pre-release commentary from different people like Critical Drinker. I like his channel, he's funny. But even he said that the movie was good, and I thought, okay, this might be worth the price of admission, and it seems like the kind of movie that could be enjoyed in a big screen theatrical presentation. So we went and saw it. Here's what I think. Overall, it's a really enjoyable movie. I found myself laughing out loud. There's a couple of times in that movie, man, I was like belly laughing because the comedic timing was perfect. It was just funny. And the interesting thing about it is that when the movie tried to be funny, it was not funny. And when it felt like the humor was natural, it was really enjoyable. So that, if for no other reason, it's just an enjoyable movie to go to. The other thing that I found really fascinating about this movie is, yes, there is some of the woke, crazy left nonsense in this movie, but what the movie does that I enjoyed very much is that it pokes fun at it really well, and at the same time it gives you a deeper, it's really loud, come on man, taco truck. What the movie does really well is it shows you that if you are raised in the modern leftist woke culture, what you get is a namby-pamby wimpy man. And I agree wholeheartedly. And that's part of the thing that made this movie so enjoyable. It is, maybe this is part of a spoiler, maybe it's not. If you haven't seen any of the trailers, then I don't know how you don't already know this. But part of it is that Adam, Prince of Eternia, is raised on Earth in this leftist modern woke culture, and he is a giant wimpy goofball. And the character arc that he goes on in the movie is really interesting. And one of the themes of the movie is authentic masculinity. Now, I've heard some criticism that, you know, this movie is trying to personify toxic masculinity, which isn't even actually a thing. There are toxic applications of masculinity, and I would agree with that, but the phrase toxic masculinity is just stupid. It's a stupid phrase, and it doesn't mean anything. However, what this movie grapples with that I enjoyed, because it made me think. It made me think, how am I raising my son in today's culture? How am I empowering myself as a man in today's culture? And it wrestles with that theme really well. And you see that in the four main masculine characters of Randor the King, Duncan the Man of Arms, He-Man, and Skeletor. And you see four really different versions of what it means to be a man. And ultimately, at the end of the movie, what you are left with is the reality. And this is the thing about the movie that I grapple with the most. The reality that to be a true man, you need both strength and the willingness to use that strength, while also having a compassionate and empathetic heart. And that's true. That's really, really true. Okay? And what you have on the two extremes are King Randor, who has all the strength and no heart, and you have Skeletor, who has all the strength and no heart. And you have these two characters in the middle, Man of Arms and He-Man, and they're trying to go on this journey to become men who have both strength. They are dangerous men, but they know when and when not to use that strength. They know when to grapple with their own interior reality, and when it's time to set that aside and punch bad guys in the face. And I really like that about this movie. It's funny, the action sequences are great, but those themes, I feel like were experienced and grappled with very well in the movie. Now, let me talk about a couple of things that I don't like. There are a couple of parts in the movie where there's some humor that, had my son been there, I would have felt very uncomfortable with that level of humor, the type of humor that it was. I didn't appreciate that. But my biggest complaint about the movie is that I came away feeling like I brushed up against woke ideology a little too close. There was just this kind of residual ickiness that I walked away like, ugh, why does he, you know, and it kind of, not spoiled, but mildly took away from the overall enjoyment of the movie. And, you know, when I was writing about this morning, what I landed on was, one of the key rules of good storytelling is that you show, don't tell. And I feel like in the script and in the dialogue and in a lot of the writing, there were parts of the movie that were trying to tell you this is what real men look like. And I'm not saying what they said was right or wrong. It's just there was too much telling, not nearly enough showing. And I'll give you a good contrast to that. And of course, we're going to use what is one of my favorite, if not the greatest example of true masculinity, Aragorn, King of Middle-earth. In those movies, and in the books even more so, there is no question that Aragorn is a true man. He is dangerous, he is strong, he is capable, he is a leader, but there's no question at any part of the story that Aragorn has a compassionate heart. He is empathetic to those around him. But when he witnesses evil, he strikes evil down. And there are some parts in the new He-Man movie where I just kind of got tired of the talking. And it's like, look, man, the guy is bad. Break his face. And I wish there would have been more showing, less telling. And I think that's part of a normal problem in modern movies right now. It's just a lot of talkity talk. Show me that He-Man is compassionate. Show me that he is empathetic. But after the bad guy, and maybe this is spoilery, so you might want to jump to the end. Maybe this is spoilery, I don't know. But after the bad guy has destroyed your kingdom, killed your father, yeah, that's definitely a spoiler, killed your father, attempted to kill your mother, and attempted to kill you, that's not the time to be like, hey man, let's talk this out. No, that's the time to break the dude in the face. Now, does he break the dude in the face? Absolutely. Skeletor gets a solid beatdown at the end of the movie, and it's awesome. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but it is. But, oh, like, that's a small complaint. The movie is good. It's worth going to see in the theater. It's worth the matinee price, at least. I don't know that I would have paid, like, the evening movie price. That's a little much. Especially because the seat I picked at the movie theater was all tattered up. How am I paying $20 for a movie? That's two people. $20 to sit in a seat that's all torn up. I didn't care for that. But that's the movie experience, not the movie itself. There's some really good themes in this movie, especially what it means to be a man. And I feel like the movie actually handled it really well, aside from the overuse of talking. Like, don't tell me he's compassionate and empathetic, show me. Other than that, really enjoyable movie. Yes, there's a lot of CGI, a lot of CGI. I would have preferred a little bit more real. But by and large, it was a fun movie. And in a time period when we don't get a lot of enjoyable, non-woke, fun movies, this was a good one. So if you haven't seen it yet, would strongly encourage you to go see it while it's in theaters. It's fun. You'll get a good laugh. You'll see some good action. You get a good story. And you might even walk away with grappling with some things like, am I walking as a dangerous, capable, strong man with an empathetic and compassionate heart? That's worth wrestling with a little bit. All right, well, that was fun. I got a bunch of other things to do. The grass in our garden is like shin deep, so that's gonna need to be mowed today. And I gotta do some work on my truck. Always a win. Other than that, who knows? We'll see what today has. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go see a new movie. It's fun. It's worth seeing. Until I see you next time, keep climbing.